mirror my sentiment in saying that this could just be a total blowout. Like, I never hedge my bets on a Dust2 game because I feel like you can never tell how it's going to unfold until the action really starts.
I mean, I can't tell how it's going to unfold. I mean, these teams have never played each other on this map probably, so I'm sure that they have no idea as well. They're going to definitely be feeling each other out. I don't know if it would be a blowout one way or the other, to be honest, but yeah, I'm going to have to like leave it to let the game start before we decide what's going on. But look at North.
Let's do it, baby.
They've got a ton of information already. Moving through spawn, lower B on CT side versus the long control. If the kills come out fast enough here for Windigo, bomb can go down, and then they just have to watch big flank.
Right, just need to lock it down. Ships watching for the flank. Just blindsides God from the back of T-spawn. That's the only time I'll do that.
See what you guys did?
Kierby's going to come in from the CT cross, taps onto Bubble, softens him up slightly as AZ does get a headshot. So there's a chance here. It's back into the even ground. Ship's missing his shots. He's going to find himself into the 1v1 with Kierby working up ramp. Now the bomb's on the other side of the box, so Ships feels the need to jump out. The duel will be close now because he's closed that gap up close and personal. The kit's going to stick this. Kierby's down to the last second. A robbery in the pistol.
No way. I'm shocked. First of all, I'm shocked that Kierby thought he could just like stick that. But technically, if Ships ran around, he'd be able to shoot him and get that kill no problem. But furthermore, I'm surprised that Ships jumped off of Cat into spawn and risked Kierby closing him off.
Yep.
At elevator.
I feel like the thing is you go for that jump down if maybe the bomb is planted in the middle of the bomb site and would be susceptible to jump shots, you know, enough to get Kierby off of it. But Kierby seemed to know he could stick it because it's tucked behind the box, and with Ships jumping down, he's got to run forward, up the ramp. You know, the time's there on his hands. But there's umps in the hands of Gade. To the top of the box he goes until Ships just obliterates the B site.
Okay.
Are Windigo going to lose a pistol only to win another force?
You win the other force. Take this round any day. You know, they're the ones who get to move into the next round with a good economy, which is kind of crazy. It's pretty insane. A couple of entries there from Ships. But Bubble's almost in an awkward spot. Wow.
Oh, he would have needed the ace. He starts off the map with a 6-1 score. Good little bomb plant here. Does kind of, you know, hedge off the costs of a force buy in the second round. But it is North to convert in the end. Never easy retaking B, but they manage it this time around.
One of the more difficult sites, if not the most difficult site in the whole entire damn game.
Whoa.
To try to retake. Another buy. Damn, I guess they see an opportunity there. They got the bomb plant, they got the 1v2. They smell blood.
Poison's going to play Glass Cannon Scout.
You know, if you did have economic-specific protocols for maps, Dust2 would be a map where you would try to buy with whatever you got a lot of the time. You know, it's not a map that's just like requires a ton of utility to be able to win around.
Right. I mean, they're still left with a pretty decent purchase. 2 AKs, double Galil, full set of smokes, but Gade already in the back of the B site. Finds that headshot. Can't get anything further because Ships and Blocker have combined for another double entry.
They found a weakness. That was a pretty strong entry, and they've done this twice now.
Bombs planted for the tunnels, which is where they have half their team still. Pop flashes over the wall, means they're all going to get bottled up inside of the doorway. North can't find their entrance.
I think that the flash actually tagged them on their way in and stopped their momentum and blinded one of them.
Oh my goodness, and then they get decimated. Ships and Bubble not letting the escape route work out.
Damn, dude. And Ships, look at this. He's been graced with another B spawn. Why don't you go for it, kid?
Yeah, I mean, 8-1, rock and rolling, 2 hot maps already in the back pocket.
Let's make it happen.
Let's get that trio going. The problem being, of course, the rest of his team's heading out on A.
That's fine. I'll be like, meet you there.
Tear apart North in the process.
All right, cross spotted, and it is a lot about these mid-double doors if you have the correct dopper, and we know Windigo's got a good one.
Man, I mean, North come in with a force buy of their own, you know, trying to do to Windigo what was done to them. But this one is not in any healthy state. MP5 and an XM1014.
Yeah, there is incentive. So the reason that I thought it was like, okay, Windigo could force because North had 2 players alive, so their economy is not in a great spot. But Windigo won that last round with how many did they win? They won the last round with like 4 players alive, right?
Something like that.
3
yes.
or 4 players alive.
4, I believe.
Majority, yeah, I think it was 4. And so there's less incentive for the CTs to try to force, who already have a more volatile economy, to go after a team that could probably buy again if they lose. It would have been tight, give you that. But I don't think that was exactly clear here. However, this round is not over. The bomb is not planted. Those are not exit frags. And North are beating them to the site. So I might be eating my words.
Getting back into position as fast as they can. Cadian burnt to a crisp.
Oh.
Remember, Gade's got the AK. Poison's not going to plant in his view.
Oh, he could creep up on this. Yeah, there's no way he's going to expect. Oh, did he see him? Oh, he did.
So Poison going to win the duel right after. Give the man an inch and he pushes you back a mile.
Dang. So yeah, I mean, it did come close. And they did have a plan to try to go for that upper tunnels push, and they probably anticipated another rush. And if I was the IGL for Windigo, I definitely did tell ships to get in there.
Yep.
So they were onto something. But now the dust is settled. 4 rounds in a row of buying down to 0 for both teams. It's eco time.
This is a dangerous game. Poison's going to see a lot of bodies charging forward.
Was that a pun?
Anti-eco ace.
Oh my goodness. Whoa! And he hit the last guy already.
Gets the assist on the last one. Of course, ships will get in there. Poison just racking them up, culling the herd as North tried to push up top.
I'll remember that those were eco kills.
Yeah.
When he has 30 kills this game.
Will you?
Yeah, I'll remember.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll remember.
Hold him to it. Regardless, just making the most of the rounds they have a huge advantage in, but we find North back in with the M4s. No counter-op, so Poison will be let loose. Single player on the cross and a heavy long presence.
Wow, this is insanely heavy. 4 players. 1 in B. Mid wide open. 2 players running back. They could get caught out. Oh no, Cadian's ready though.
Yep. They realized that they had left an opening towards mid. This B player definitely has to feel the heat. Gade V3 lines them up, misses the chance to kill Blocker up close. Bomb, though, not retrieved. Ships is going to go immediately into the windowsill. Cadian's up close, misses his closer shot, trying to get the one in the backside. So the bomb will be planted with a man advantage here in the hands of North. An eventual tunnels lurk as well coming in from Kierby.
The retakes have been good.
They have been. But they're also near out of utility.
Oh.
Single smoke and flash.
And they fluffed that Molotov.
So we've got Victor in the back of Platt, smoked now, completely consuming his vision, and Blocker just beneath the lip of the window. He's going to be having to make this first attempt at a hold, spotted from tunnels, and now they should know. Victor is back here. He's just going to try to play the time. Needs to find a way to get Valda off the bomb, and that's simply never going to happen.
That was a fantastic smoke. He basically had no choice. He could have jumped out of there, but could have got caught from the guy in tunnel, and there was also 2 more players outside the site. I really like that. I mean, it could have been a Molotov too, but the smoke worked well, and it lasts for 15 seconds. So North steal that back. That was strong. And it was a pretty important pick from Cadian in the window.
Right.
Get that and get out.
And good on North. 2 of these 3 rounds coming by way of B-site retake. Which leads me to believe this could have very easily been a 5-1 score for Windigo already.
4 people, 3 to fight long. And I can totally vibe with that, because there's a lot of times you send 3, one's throwing nades, and then there's 2 to fight, and there's like 5 Ts that come out, and then you end up just losing 2 CTs for no reason. And 3 is a lot more, especially if you feel like they're actually going to take long. But they obviously run the risk of, you know, only having 1 at B, no one to defend against mid.
Yeah, that fast mid to B split would be so great for Windigo to throw. And they almost had it really last round.
Yeah,
they
it seems like they had some kind of call there that, you know, North like to set the tone with long control. But here it is, geared up for a fast A split.
Ooh, that's the second player Cadian's dropped to the low teens. Valda's still ready for more players to emerge. 1 assist comes in, and vision of Victor in the corner behind boxes confirms that the A hits here. But 45 seconds at Bogtuck's tail. It's going to redirect itself. they do this fast enough and use the smokes appropriately, they should be able to isolate a 3v1 versus Gade, but they slow down, they pump the brakes. And that's going to give AZ a chance to get into the mix. And he's tagged. But at least he just throws himself into the B bomb site. A walkout from Ships, no smoke, gonna cost him there. If it wasn't Cadian to nail the op shot, AZ's ready to help from B. And now Poison and Bubble just gonna let them be. This one here is a save.
Yeah, it's just, North looked really good there. That was a strong hold for sure. The the defensive smoke that they used versus Long was really important. I mean, it made it so that Valda could stand in his position. There was no way that they could get to him without going directly through the smoke or around it, and there was a player at Long that could turn the corner at any time. So that's pretty much all they needed to do. And the cap pincer as well was nice. The AZ double peek. So another strong CT side potentially to look forward to from North.
Ooh, shout Long, just as Cadian pops ahead. KRB will be traded and Valda falls right after, so for the first time in a while, there's not 3 CTs immediately on Long A, and sure enough, Windigo hit it. Able to jump onto the cross. Ships spots one towards spawn and takes him down. That's going to force Cadian to double back with AZ, both of which should come from Catwalk, where the bomb is not planted, of course. They'll go and head and put it down for Long. They don't have that deep pit control at the moment, but being shoulder to shoulder helps them out with the trades. Ooh, North willing to write this round off.
Yeah, it seems like it. Just gonna call it right now. Molotov and smoke, but they don't have numbers. So Windigo steal that right back. Blocker and Ships down to red HP, but they still managed to get 1 and 2 kills respectively. Looks like this game will be close throughout. Curious about with how structured North have been on their T sides, how many executes they might have on their T side on Dust2. I don't know if they do. I know MIBR used to have like a ton of executes on this map that were all looked really good and were pretty intricate. But it's not a map you need to. But you know, this is definitely their style.
Looks like Ships is going to fancy his chances over in the tunnels again. Going to try to clash out Long. This is a big fight. And it's going to be North coming out on top immediately, so.
See, like right there, like they lose one, but they still have 2 more people to fight while one guy's in the back throwing flashes and nades and stuff like that. Just guarantees it. But here, what is their adjustment? They must know that teams are going to call this out. So maybe they just feel really comfortable having one player in the B site. Ships has got a small opportunity. Oh my goodness.
What? Cadian scoped in and he doesn't see Ships.
How?
Ships crosses over and then gets backstabbed.
What on earth?
That's kind of awkward. Bubble drops Gade the moment he arrives into the B site, and AZ can't trade it, so they'll hold on to the man advantage and put down some utility of their own. That could let AZ slip into the back of the site. Valda's got a key flank coming in 2 tons. They have Windigo so boxed in at the moment.
Yeah, you know, you definitely favor them in these situations. They know how to play these timings, and also, like, you know, using that smoke is huge because you can't molly the window out. You could, as you mentioned, use it to drop out into the back of the site. They're using these retake smokes pretty creatively, like the one that they used for K-Sharp as well.
I'm still kind of taken aback by the CT push from Ships. I thought for sure he saw Cadian. You know, I thought Cadian saw him too, but Cadian was scoped, so obviously doesn't see it.
But I don't know if I saw him on his screen.
On Ships?
Yeah.
I thought, I mean, see, we have outlines, so sometimes, you know, I think, oh, it's just the leg sticking out, and it's really just blends to the wall.
Oh, yeah. That was just crazy that AZ was so tucked into the smoke that he couldn't see him even on the other side of it.
AZ definitely just saw that, though. A little prying of mid doors. We have had Windigo piecing together more B splits. You know, they're actually starting to smoke off spawn instead of dry crossing, which has cost them lives on multiple occasions already. Poison just rails Gate in the back of the B site, though. Smooth entry from Windigo right away, looking to tie.
They've been pretty solid on the entries. It's low numbers retakes look like they're super in favor of North, which is a pretty amazing thing to see for this site especially. But in general, Windigo, when they're grouped up and they go for the entries on B, they've had a high success rate. At least going 1 for 1, which is usually enough. But sometimes, like this round, they got 2, didn't lose a single player. They can continue to bully B side if they want to. And North will continue to have problems. So they don't really do B stacks on the rifle rounds. I mean, they could. But they seem to really focus on long control. And it's done okay in spite of there not being long contact. Like, even though when they had to make big rotates and come back through to deal with mid. Maybe they've just done that so many times. They're pretty well versed in how to pick up the rotations. But it's 5-5 now. Let's see if we can get an inkling for what the plan is going to be. Tactical timeout caused in the final seconds of the freeze time.
Yeah, the first from North. 3 to go. Very even affair here across the board for North. Everybody within 2 frags of one another. And you can't say the same over there for Windigo. Ships, lights out performance.
Ships been going in. Yeah.
Poison just behind on 9.
No. But like almost all of those are eco kills.
Oh, right. You've remembered. Look at this back and forth affair we've had, folks. From round 7 to round 10, no consecutive rounds won for either North nor Windigo.
Yeah, this is, I mean, it feels close just by North's frag distribution, but it just feels close by the rounds.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of rounds where, you know, we're getting into the nitty-gritty, the 2 versus 2, the mid-round retakes. You know, if it's not a retake successful for North, it's them falling off and saving weapons, because they too realize, like, their economy, it's on a knife's edge. First team that has to save is probably going to give up a lead, and oh boy, Valda from the Cubby just obliterates Victor and Blocker. Couple of headshots swiftly shuts them down. The rest of Windigo ready to pounce into the B site. Gate has a strong position because it's the man in the site to draw attention. But Ships, no, doesn't do it this time. Does get 1 kill, Bubble burns the second. And it's a 3 versus 2 to the advantage of North once more. Valda out through smoke behind the car. Great cover, 1 tap, USP to follow suit, and Poison has to clutch. He's going to run out into the hands of Cadian, who just jerked back around the corner.
You can follow that up if you want. Oh, wow. Okay, well, he didn't know that there was a flank. Obviously, wouldn't have done that if he understood that that was what was happening. But he could have followed Valda out, and then actually, like, hightailed it to A pretty easily. Definitely was surprised to come back into the site and see that. Pretty interesting. I wonder if he would have just gone for the plant and where he expected the second player to be.
Tough call.
Tough call.
Really
gotta gamble.
Gets difficult on figuring out knowledge when you've got these types of fast rounds. You know, your mid players die to Valda, so you only get the information that there's 1 man holding close mid, everybody else in tunnels. You have no clue if long's been pushed, no clue if smokes have gone that way. Like, he has 0 information in a hectic 1v2. But Windigo then call their first pause following the first of North. They bounce back with a bye. Ooh, double op between AZ and Cadian.
Spotting down mid. Not bothered by the prospect of getting peeked. Easy. Here's where the wide swing's going to come out. It's not going to be an easy flash. This is going to be a human bait.
Doesn't pay off at all. AZ popping up and down until Blocker does stop him. Double man advantage again for North. Bomb not yet able to cross the doorway. In fact, Gate comes charging through it. Blocker's going to take that duel happily.
Yeah.
But again, it's this tunnels push. Valda
tunnel push specifically.
Always behind him. He won't find anyone in no man's land this time. Blocker has to be cautious. Don't back up too far, or Valda might just take you.
Ooh.
Molotov at his feet, that's death.
Oh, damn!
But that's 3 swift duels. Headshots after headshots for Windigo, and we're tied right back up at 6.
That was nice calm movement. You know, Crouch jumped up and made sure to pop up so that he's not just in the air the whole time, so that he could shoot right away. You could very easily get killed while jumping, but he was safe about it, even while taking damage, and shut down the biggest threat of the match so far, which has been Valda flanking B and retaking sites.
Yep.
That shouldn't be retaken.
Oh, but North have the numbers. North seem ready for this. They walk into the meat grinder. The AK's popping off for 2. Glock swap for Poison. Look at the kill feed. Blue to orange to blue. But it does end in the favor of Windigo here.
From Katie, and just go long, grab a gun. If there is a gun to grab, great. If the flank is not worth it, fine. Still got a gun. But it looks like he's going all in.
Bomb has been planted.
He's got the smoke to use, but that would give away position. The play right here, walk up, creep until you're on the goose. Spray the close one, smoke off bomb, tap it to get the peek out, and somehow bust blocker. But
oh, the CZ is just not going to be useful from this distance.
no, especially not with the mag size. So
It's going to let you down now, man. It's I missed overpowered CZ, dude.
He used to be so good on Dust2.
I hate inaccuracy nerfs. Like, bullets should go where you aim. Just like change the damage. Because it feels like it just feels so powerless, you know. You like aimed, and then you shoot.
You did everything you're supposed to do.
Then everyone presses their talkie and makes fun of you. But you aimed right.
So from upgraded pistols to standard stock. USPs for North, and they're all just going to bottle themselves up on mid. We've seen this before. And last time, it was, of course, Poison to rack up the frags. Ships can only contain 2. Just way too many bodies to pile up for him alone. But all the while, bomb will be planted. So this is an 8th one for Windigo. Cadian just wants to keep that AK and move it forward. You know, a parting gift. Memorabilia.
USBs don't want to turn into $300 targets, so you're hiding out, finding corners.
This lead that we're watching Windigo establish is all a result of winning the Force Wars. You know, we had that back and forth affair round for round.
Yeah, until it's 2-2.
Yep. And then North cracked. Windigo have been pummeling them ever since. 2 rounds in a row, and 1 to go. Windigo.
Not lose to go.
All 4 members remaining for Windigo as well. Just Ships the casualty of this round. And here we have it. The last CT attempt from North before they swap over to the offense.
Windigo lose this map. I mean, when they win this map, I mean, that's a headline. That's pretty big. North and Mousesports going out of the minor in the same day.
And not just out of the minor, but out of the minor group stage. This is for playoff spots. You didn't lose to the major qualified team. You just
didn't
lost
even get
top
close.
4. You didn't make top 4. Counter-Strike at an all-time high. But at least we have what we want. Guns in the 15th round. I don't want no lopsided affair.
Long control out for Windigo. They're creeping and crawling. Cadian's crack spotting.
What a contrast from rounds prior where North are throwing 4 bodies at long straight out the gate. This time they give it up. Cadian spots some shadows, but it's Poison's op over his teammate's head. And Valda over the boxes.
Yeah, this is the defensive smoke. That's been really cool.
He gets himself 2. Good spray. Can't manage the 3rd. Too much spacing in between them, but luckily Kierby still has some temporary cover in the form of that smoke. He goes in for a multi and takes it. So Ships, who has led the charge, has to finish up, and he won't. That lead cut just to 1. And it's Windigo with a slight edge as they begin their CT side. Folks, the last map of the European minor qualification comes back after a swift break. Don't you dare move.
Intel Extreme Masters is brought to you in part by Intel, Vodafone, Acer Predator, Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, HyperX, Bedway, and Pay Safeguard.
A potential 15 rounds to decide who goes down as the last of the top 4 EU minor. Windigo, slight edge, and that seems all they've really had at times. It is North who cracked under the Force Wars, had to give up some rounds at the end of things, but damn did it look strong out the gates, and they are coming out swinging yet again. Straight up B-hit versus Ships. The first mag goes dry with no kills to his name, and while Bubble's hot on their heels, he's tapping at their heads from the side. It's Gaten and AZ with the entries, and the rest of Windigo back behind them in tons. The bomb plant can safely go down unless Windigo rush out, and they're going to do exactly that. They're giving no comfort to North. They're charging forward, and Kadian takes them with 3 of those final kills. Tied right away, Launders, and that's what I like to see.
God damn. That's how I try to say good.
Oh, I thought you were just mumbling again.
God damn.
The Danes would be proud.
Thank you.
Or offended.
That was nice. That was nice. I thought the Windigo push was going to be good. If a player went for the plant, then they, they push in maybe 3v2. They thought maybe like North would expect them to give them some respect, but Kadian handled it all by him damn self. All by his damn self. No help required. Nade to the left side of mid as North, the whole brigade, apart from AZ, track their way up Cat quietly. Bubble, what's this? HE. Oh, he sees him. He's gonna release this.
Ooh, but pretty much misses the mark. Poison, one scout headshot, nails another.
Damn.
Victor's gonna get up close here. Bomb's been dropped in the process. This slows things down.
Oh, no way he hit that. Come on, brother.
Sick flick. Gate off catwalk, drops another. It falls to Ships. But how does he dance his way around this?
That was a stupid flick.
Minute on the clock. He hears the movement there. Sees the player behind car, but takes way too much damage to make it happen. North, good recovery.
Victor just messed him up.
I'm messed up from that. I'm shook.
That was wild.
Considering he has 4 kills, that's a hell of one to get.
Yeah. Are you pointing that out?
No.
Pointed out his low frag count, Connor?
Just a coincidence. It's not going to be getting any higher in this round, Launders. It's going to be the meat grinder in mid. They go charging forward. You know, this is the gentleman's agreement. They've got nothing to offer, so they just get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Let's play man's Counter-Strike, baby.
That's what, yeah, that's what North did on their CT side.
True.
That's how Poison got all his kills.
Padding the stats. Now sitting on 15.
He's actually doing quite good and hit those 2 insane scout shots as well.
Oh, those were smooth.
It's a wide open map for him.
Yeah.
You know? This is could be the Poison playground.
Open the door for what could have been a follow-up. Victor tried to keep the door open, but no, North shut it swiftly. Poison's op, and a 3-man setup from Windigo straight out the gates to establish that long doors control. Molotov, frag, and a follow-up nade as well.
Oh, those are painful frags.
Yeah, hefty damage versus Gade here. And
It's
Victor,
the AK equalizer to do some nade damage on CD side, because then your M4s are just like on an even better footing, to be honest. Yeah.
Right.
One-shot headshots. Easier spray downs.
But despite all that early damage, no opening kill. That goes both ways. Still a lot of utility for North as well. Windigo hold on to enough to slow down and execute, but let's be real, it's not even close in comparison. Valda's going to charge out mid-doors. Great flashbang versus Bubble. Valda with a confident play into the CT spawn if he were to choose.
Damn.
For now, he'll stare at his shoes as his teammates fly out cat, drive-by from Gade. And Ships falls prey to Valde, who does still just change spots behind the box and grabs Blocker on top of it all. Victor the last man up, and he's just nowhere to be found.
What a monster play by Valde. Yeah, I mean to save his team here with that one. This is a critical round. Windigo gonna have to save after this. It's when the lead becomes immense. The pressure's really on now. Comes out mid off his own flash, pops perfectly in the smoke, jumps out to the left, and turns it into 3 kills. Also, it's just controlling all the rotations, so his teammates have total peace of mind. There was also a fantastic running MAC-10 spray headshot onto the player on ramp.
Right, that opened up space.
That helped. But don't let that distract you from the 3K that Valde got.
Oh. Time's on Victor's side. Saved by the bell. 3-round deficit. And no purchase back. A little curbed cash. Blocker will grab an MP9.
Yeah, if I'm North, definitely, I don't know. I would probably go for long control here, just something consistent to try to find out what the setup is going to look like, if it's going to be some kind of force up or a half buy of sorts. Oh, the high peak's not good, but he sees a player trying to get frisky. Might anticipate either a scout or an op.
Victor, confident walk up. He will find Katie, but can't finish the kill. A shortcoming from Victor, but a hell of a wall bang off Poison.
Okay, Stewie.
He's trying to find himself another. Substantial damage. Down goes Easy to 41.
Did he hit him?
No, Cadian only has 2 health.
Okay.
Unless that was Valda, in which case
That's what
maybe.
I was wondering. But
Right, excuse me. I just took a quick peek at the radar and realized Cadian's the one in the back.
Health bar is looking like a Stairmaster.
Yeah. As if this wasn't sweaty enough already.
This is definitely
Nice smoke, bro.
It's a way to break the tension.
Poison's gonna go in for the peak. Oh, just barely.
What do you mean that's not Xbox?
Ship's ready to strike from behind, just beneath the feet, the cap push. That's 3 Ts, all with their heads turned on A. Bubble with the cover of the box.
Got 2 Molotovs.
Ship
Flanked up.
strikes. Oh, strikes just in time. 8K's good for 3. Right out from beneath. And then Valda back on mid will try to claim this back, but Blocker's there to trade it, and Windigo on the board.
Oh, whoa, what a flank. 2 with the CZ, scoops the AK, 3rd headshot instant.
And there's no arguing that that is made so much easier by the damage done by his teammates. Everybody was tagged up in the process.
Absolutely, yeah. He could have basically missed and still killed all those people.
Solid even by 2 rounds the difference. Last 10 rounds of the EU minor group stage. And there's no way you call who wins this.
It's true. I have no clue. North looks strong, then Windigo looks strong, then North looks strong, then Windigo looks strong. A bit more lopsided on certain halves on other maps, but this one I don't know. Blocker, all eyes on you. Taken down by Gade. 2 people in the B site have been eliminated for almost free.
And then another. Cadians trying to minimize the exits. I mean, North just take a page out of Windigo's book with the way they entered B. Charge straight up, no losses on their behalf. And they blast Windigo back into yesterday.
Yeah. They will potentially save 2 guns, which is big. What are we looking at, though? Potentially another eco? Are they going to force behind this? Because Poison can buy 3 rifles. That's an opportunity. Problem is, with the bomb plant, with 4 alive, you're not even going to reset them. Is it worth the risk? Okay, 3 alive. 2 alive. Oh. Okay. You know, I think about this. They've upgraded to an AK. They've got full util on those players. They even made some money. Oh my goodness, that is not something you want to do. Did he die?
No, he got it.
Oh my god.
Now Poison has an op.
Oh, he got the op.
Yeah?
Holy smokes.
Those are some big bubbles on that guy.
Now you just have to buy.
Yeah.
Now you just have to.
There's no beating around the bush.
Poison, treat yourself. Where's Ships at? Poison's got the mid spawn. I mean, it's not like you always go for the mid pick with the op.
I can't believe you stole that up.
That's insane. And he hit the worst B-hop of all time.
Okay, it's hard on Dust2. The floor
he was like
uneven.
making fun of the dude shooting him.
The floor is uneven.
So watch this. I can't even B-hop. You can't hit me. So the paraplegic hop.
Shaky legs, you know, he's nervous.
Yeah. The Michael J. hop.
Pause comes to a close. 3-round lead still up for North. They're going to go straight towards that long door. Decent presence from Windigo. Molotov out first. Victor cleans up that kill. Tries to spray for the second, but Kierby takes the double entry. And there's another player here to try and hold it. That's Poison tagged up, blinded, and now that he's regained vision, ready to rock and roll. Drops bomb, hits another follow-up shot. Finally, Kierby comes wide, but it's that double op setup. Afforded only thanks to Bubble's save. 4 frags off the snipers. Tell me that's not worth it.
Nasty, man. Yeah, it's crazy. That was a really risky jump to go for that gun, and it was high risk, high reward. It wasn't stupid to go for it. There was huge values we saw from this round win. But if he died, then they probably wouldn't have even bought, you know? They wouldn't even have the rifle opportunity to win.
Right.
They might have thought about it, but it would have been a worse buy, different ball game.
Launders, just like the first half, we're back into this back and forth affair.
Yep. And it's crazy. Like, Windigo win these 2 rounds. North are still in the lead by 2 rounds. But now if I'm North, I'm feeling really shaky. However, 2 Falmuses, Victor and Blocker. Bubble still hasn't picked up his gun. And he doesn't have armor either. So it's not going to be a great one.
No, there's pretty much all the money other than the rainy day funds of Blocker, who actually decides to buy instead. So there's really not much cash here, right? It's all on the line from both teams. Bubble will grab that utility as he exits spawn. Full belt for him. Double FAMUS, double M4, single op. Poison immediately postures himself on long. It looks like North are going to transition into a quick cat hit, or at least establish early presence.
Yeah, there's a man in CT. And he actually threw that Molotov so he could go check on mid. It's not going to be up for that long, but it does slow down a fast cat rush to elbow. And Bubble doesn't know for sure if they're going to end up coming back here, but they've also got Poison posted up at car. So it'll take a full exec at this point for North to get a cross cat if that's what they want to do. There's no long control for them. So Windigo setup is pretty strong. Nade's running low, though, for Windigo.
Yeah, I was about to say, last smoke now out. Got a nice collection of flashbangs. But even those starting to dwindle. That's the last chance at a holdback. 45 seconds up.
See if it's a mid-B. They're at the 3-2, so Windigo are fully expecting an A hit. There's no support for our B players.
No, and that would be Blocker and Ships under question.
Gay destroyed them last round. They went B.
They flew out the tunnel entry and got those kills so quick. This time, it's mid that becomes in question. Blocker's going to go ahead and swing out for the peak, or at least attempt to. He realizes Gate is here, and sure enough, doesn't matter from which direction he comes, he's finding entries. Ships looks to lock it down. We've got kills on both sides of the map and a sporadic clash now. This bomb is running out from tunnels. Ships will have cover from tons, but he gets the kill first. Now that's going to pull the window player all the way over. There's just no time. He doesn't arrive with extra time on the clock, and that therefore is Windigo's 11th round.
Go get a gun, dude.
Talk about leaving it down to the wire.
Oh my goodness. Oh, he's actually, oh wow, he could have died too after time. Not collected a check. But I mean, maybe he should have died before the time. All he did was save a CZ and armor. Yeah, I mean, he needed to go get a gun or die. But then he kept the CZ and armor and has 450 bucks.
Yeah, it's an awkward spot to be in.
That might have been the worst thing to do.
But it's hard to decide in such a frantic situation.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's not as like obvious as some like decisions that need to happen. That was, I don't know. But there was no gun near him. He had to cross the doors. It's like a tough spot to be in.
It's a casualty of chaos.
It's actually sets him back. You know, Windigo now, double digits.
So it's time to sit back, relax, and talk about our feelings. Because North, they're just going to burn out the clock on this one. And just like in the first half, Mohan, it is Windigo to win out the Force Wars and establish the economy first. Potential 7 rounds left. That lead, gone. We will be tied at 12 rounds unless a miracle happens on Dust2.
There's no reason for Windigo to get frisky on this setup. They should be feeling good. B-Pop's always scary. Blocker has had nightmares. But can we talk about how nicely Ships played that last round?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He was so exposed to window and door.
The positioning to get the bomb the bomb carrier, like he moved over there out into the open.
Put himself on a pedestal. Stuck his neck out and wasn't beheaded for his efforts. Here comes the wall of smokes and some flashbangs behind it. It's just going to take a couple pistol kills. I said miracles wouldn't happen, but anything's possible in Counter-Strike, and they've gone ahead with another Cadian here on the doors. And are you kidding? North, they use that wall of smokes to just come into the B site from so many different angles. The pistols hit their shots when it matters. And I don't know where they pulled this out of.
Disgusting.
Oh, man.
PT50 double dink on the hero from last round.
This is one cruel game of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, this is insane.
I am more than happy to be proven wrong, to see North win this round.
Well, it's crazy, though, because it felt like Windigo were just on this insane trajectory to just take this map.
Yeah.
And so even though North win this and reset their economy, I still would be worried for North.
Slightly, but you can't tell me that doesn't at least put a shaky edge on Windigo's confidence.
Oh, of course.
You just lost
Oh
the
my God, they're
pistols.
actually buying.
You have no money.
Oh, wow, they could have saved one. So that's why I thought they were going to save one and be on death's door, but then still put up like a couple of clutch rounds to make it close.
Right.
Here, they're going all in.
All right, this is it. Windigo, you've come the distance.
It's going to be 4 subs from here on out.
They get themselves to the decider BO3. North pulling out a pistol round from nowhere.
Oh, man, fending against 14 as opposed to match point. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Especially when you could have had like even one rifle. And they're not doing anything aggressive. They're literally waiting for an execute. North haven't been that frisky at mid. So I mean, there's been a couple rounds. Like Gate snuck out on a previous one, but I don't know. There hasn't been a lot of stragglers. It has been kind of just like execute into his sight, which Well, we'll see how that fares for Windigo. Look at this. Poor Victor's got a deagle. I mean, if he's clip hunting, this is the way to do it, but...
Misses his shots. Victor off the mark. Poison off the bomb site. Burned into the back of Goose. He's got CTs rotating over, 2 of which from spawn, 1 through the lower tunnels, and luckily Poison has space to play because Kierby hasn't come out from Cat just yet. But Gade's got the entry now. They're going to try to lock off the cross, and Blocker and Ships are getting in onto this. I mean, that means the Cat player's down. They have to cross with no smoke currently on them. They're going to go for the deep Molotov, but Blocker, he's upgraded into the AUG. Cadian gets onto the bomb site, so it seems. He's standing on the ramp. He's got cover from Car, but Blocker's honed in with that scope, and it's a safe bomb plan.
Oh, no,
It's not! A jumping shot from Bubble puts everything back into question. You want upsets, you want ridiculousness, well, this map's got it in store, unless AZ clutches, and it's not gonna happen. Bubble's jumping MP9.
I thought Kaylee wasn't allowed at majors.
That is ridiculous. They didn't even force buy up with a single rifle. They had the 3 SMGs. They lose the initial duels. They have 0 long control, and North fumble on that CT cross. They did have a smoke. I was wrong.
Yeah, why didn't they smoke that?
Way too late.
Sitting there looking at this while they're throwing Molotovs to cross and fight? What's the point?
We're right back into the action.
I can't believe it.
That is an equalizer, and North, they're going to try to force their way into the B site once again. Molotov down first, smoke to follow suit, and 4 North players ready to rock and roll. Blocker just barely gets his gun out, but not even in time. They've fallen victim for this again. What an anticlimactic follow-up to Windigo going huge in the previous round.
It's almost comical. I was still unraveling from what we just saw, and we instantly have Blocker and Ships going down again. They've been the tragic heroes of this match.
This is a roller coaster of emotions.
With 3 guns saved, at least we don't have as dinky of a buy next round when Windigo certainly force. So all that's happened now is that we've just moved 1 round forward on both sides. There's still not match point. North go up to 14. Windigo once again will force. They have an op for Poison. It's not quite equalized.
No.
Let's just say it's great that the game didn't end on that.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have just walked out.
All right.
No closing remarks. No end of the stream.
All right. Tactical timeout caused. Called.
Paused. Called. Paused. Caused. I see where you're coming from, Launders. Don't you fret. Things get wild once we reach this point. The 25th to 30th rounds are always the most brutal. 1 timeout left over for Windigo following this one.
Make it count.
I see an op for Poison. Obviously, saved from the previous round. M4 and MP9 to follow suit.
Man,
the follow-up buy.
I mean, if Blocker and Ships are going to die once players come out of the tunnels, do something different on the B site.
Right. That's not the first time that North just walk in with what seems like the easiest job of their life.
You know what I want them to do?
Push tunnels.
Push tunnels. People. Get in there. Get in that ass.
That's the Launders special. Triple MP9 here in this round. An immediate cohort of North players up into the tunnels, but they are not looking to strike the B site this time.
Bit of a default. The Molotov comes over mid just to clear out the doors. North definitely taking their time at the moment. Don't know if they're going to test their luck one more time. Feels like Gade is still ready to spam, though.
It's the creep and crawl into the catwalk.
I was going to hear a number of flashes go off simultaneously.
Footsteps, too. We've got Poison over towards the car.
Yeah.
Can be so dangerous.
There's not a player in lower to stop.
Here's the thing.
Bubble can come through mid, be a fast flank.
Poison needs to have his long doors controlled. Victor has been a liability all map long, 7 and 18 at this current moment. If Poison's attention gets pulled off of Catwalk, then the doors are swung wide open, and again Victor comes in empty-handed. Poison falls for free. Blindsiding the off, opens up the long push. Bubble's gonna swap the M4 mid gunfight, makes that magic happen. 20 seconds left, and Bubble just has to charge forward. AZ then follows in with another kill, and Blocker 1v3. Sure, he drops a body, but he loses so much health in the process, and Cadian stops it there. 3 map match and minor rounds left.
Damn, they hit it. They got it. They got map point, finally. Third map here, north. One more, and they're in the clear for one more day. Windigo, that's it. End of the road. Try again next time.
I don't even understand what Victor's thought process is playing that MP9 in the open at that distance. You know, you're dueling off versus blue box. You'd think even just behind long doors would make your gunfight a little easier. At least delay them, hold them inside of the choke point. Don't let them all out so that Poison has literally 0 seconds to react.
Only a scout here on Poison. Much worse position. Got an extra man to support, and North are speeding it up a bit. Bubble can sit in Goose. It's kind of difficult to Molotov this deep. We'll see if it's good in a second.
And we've seen Poison with killer scout shots from this position. Long is fine. He just needs to focus forward, and he's doing so well so far. Bubble, ready to go, gets the headshot, but not enough damage, so the pistol players take the front line. Cadian misses a shot, crucially so. While the bomb is planted, Ships picks up the double, and it's a 1v3 for AZ to try and close this match, to try and get his team into the top 4, the playoffs. Molotov deep, no kit currently on Windigo. The player's gonna try to stick the defuse, and he's on it, he's got it. Windigo not down yet.
They locked it in. 2 more to go to bring this to OT. And make this the sweatiest game of the year.
I would gladly take an overtime here.
That would be absolute madness. Full rifles. What a crazy retake we just saw.
What a back and forth affair in this second half.
Yeah, they didn't Molotov Goose there, and it was like the 3-man setup right out of the spawn.
Yep.
It's again, that is such a trying call to make. You know, you really struggle with that as an IGL on a team. Do I want to have a player at Goose dedicated to the A site that will be hampered and rotating, and have an op at car that won't be any better for going to mid B if it is going to be a mid B? Am I going to call that in a situation where our life is on the line? Or are we going to play a 2-1-2, play it safe, hedge our bets, and then if we lose at A, maybe I don't get blamed. But if I call this 3-man setup and we win,
Of course, that's exactly what unfolds. You take away the pistol.
Gamble is so great.
And that 3-0 that comes from it. Neither team has won more than 2 rounds in a row. Victor down first, caught standing in the open. Valde throws himself into the Molotov, loses 80 HP for his efforts, but throws long into question, and immediately North are gone. They could have control of it for free, but they opt not to, rotating instead into the tunnels. I can't help but feel like this is a test for Blocker, alone in the B-bomb site.
Here we have Windigo going to be working on cat control to try to reclaim this, get some information fast, and if they do it in time, they can rotate easily. It's always been A splits via cat as well, but here they are, moving into the site. Blocker gets 1.
Falls off right away, has the cover of the box, but AZ and Valde with 2 quick kills. That's the tunnel flank dead, and it leaves Windigo to rotate up from mid. Bomb plant under window. Poison's gonna peek off of this, misses his shot, and now has to go huge. 1v4 to keep him in it, and despite his best efforts, they fall in the 29th round. North will secure themselves in the top 4. Fare thee well, Windigo. An excellent showing to take us to 3 maps, no blowout, and an awesome back and forth affair to finish off the EU minor group stage. Launders, what a roller coaster.
Yeah, absolutely. Hard-fought victory for North. Congratulations to them. The messed up part is this is such an emotional game just because Windigo go home, but North also have more work to do. As you mentioned, just the group stages. You know, now they move on to playoffs. That's something of a victory. But that's not what North expect. North expect to move on to the major.
Right.
So they've got more work to do, and cheers to Windigo. fantastic attempt. Not an easy minor. No shame going out in groups. They definitely showed up today and did really well.
And it's a minor that's not nearly done, folks. The playoffs now set to begin, as you can see on screen. The upper bracket begins tomorrow. We're going to have Vitality and North's opening best of 3, followed by Ents versus Valiants. That in and of itself is just an action-packed day of Counter-Strike. Of course, nobody's going home tomorrow. Nobody's getting a ticket to the major either. It is just that one free day of Counter-Strike where there's no end-all or good-all results. It's the day to set yourself ahead or to have 0 backup chances.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Man,
I was like so tired at the end of the last map, and now I'm just like not going to go to sleep.
Right. That's a Counter-Strike high. You know, tell me it's not a drug, folks. We thank you guys for joining in, of course, but we're going to go ahead and wrap up the show. Thanks for coming here with myself and Launders. Thanks for tuning in all day long. But this is only day 2 of 5. 3 more days of Counter-Strike with CIS and EU, and then 2 more minors to start. So don't get sick of it. I know you're not. We'll see you all tomorrow.